hence to the other place, and back, hither, back, going back, right? Or our journey going back. This is a back journey, right? Return journey. Not going beneath the earth, but going heavenly. As I said, we can clean that up, make it a little better in English, but look what we have here. But that the path of his journey hither and the return to this world will not be underground and rough, but smooth and through the heavens. Oh yeah, but smooth, yes, but smooth. That's there. But smooth and heavenly. That's all. Well, hence to the other world, that's easily said, and hither, further, our backward journey, right, our backward journey is, we're not going to go beneath the earth, but smooth and heavenly. Of course, he made this through the heavens, but it's heavenly. Well, this is the problem of context. You create a context and you have to assume it and add things to it to render this passage. But this is the philosopher. See, this is the philosopher. This is presumably the just man. So let me read it for you. Now I'm going to cut out certain words that are added because of the context and read it again. Yet, if at each return to life a man loved wisdom, and the lot of his choice did not fall out among the last, we may venture to affirm from what was reported that not only will he be happy here, but that his journey hither will not be underground and rough, but smooth and heavenly. What does that mean? Now, I have some friends who play with Greek much better than I do, I assure you. And they're playing with this because if you read it in one way, it looks like the idea is that the philosopher will not return, but he will go on, not going beneath the earth, right? But will take the trip that's smooth and heavenly. The whole question then is whether or not this entails the idea of reincarnation or not. Clumsy as it is, I'm trying to keep the words in the due order in which they appear. Now, so the whole question is, does the context justify this? But all through it, the translators are putting in these phrases that aren't there. Therefore, they may be creating the context to translate it this way, with pieces that emerged earlier. So that's the fun that I thought I'd leave you with. It's unfinished, and I hope next week I'll have an answer, at least a tentative answer, of how this should best be handled. So that's my myth of Now let's go back to the beginning and see what we have. All right. See if we can now recall the original questions. How did he make his choice? How did he make his choice? He was a good man. did many, many good things, previously came down from the heavens, has all the qualities, twins, but his choice was precipitous. He didn't keep in mind the sufferings, therefore he made his choice. Looks like this man made his choice not just from experience, but from this curious study that's called wisdom. To become the philosopher king requires a certain study. That's called in Book 6 and Book 7 the training of the philosopher king, mostly Book 7. Now here's our question. Does this study of the philosopher king come down in the end to be those 6 points where we have to find that kind of a man? So I'd like to go back to it once more and take a look at the study. This is the chief reason why it should be our main concern that each of us, neglecting all other studies, should seek after and study this thing, if in any way he may be able to learn and discover the man who will give him the ability and the knowledge to distinguish the life that is good from that which is bad. 1. 2, always and everywhere to choose the best that the conditions allow, taking into account all things of which we have spoken of, all of the Republic, estimating the effect on the goodness of his life on the soul, their conjunction or severance, the way in which they affect, both positively and negative, and then to know these combinations, to know how beauty commingled with poverty or wealth, and combined with what habit of soul operates for good and evil, what are the effects of high and low birth and private public station and office, strength and weakness, quickness of apprehension and dullness, and all similar natural and acquired habits of the soul, when blended and combined with one another, so that with consideration of all these things he'll be able to make a reasoned choice between the better and the worse life. With his eyes fixed on the nature of the soul, naming the worse life, that life which tends to make it unjust, and the better life, that which will make it more just. All other considerations, dismiss, for we have seen that this is the best choice both for life and for death. So that's our ad in the penny saver. All right, you want to, all right, we'll hire you.
I want to know how. It's the teacher has to teach us how to know. How to know what beauty mingled with poverty and riches. How to know. How to know.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
You're right. That's what it
give
is.
us that teacher.
I agree with you. I'm making the ad.
In 2 minutes.
Yes. However he does it, fast or slow. Right? Fast or slow. Right?
How does character, I mean, I don't like this character.
To know how these things combine.
Constant.
Excuse me. Right, yes.
If character is constant, I mean, isn't it introduce a huge amount of predestination in this whole system?
Yes.
And does he talk about where it comes from?
Endless.
Constant?
Endless. This goes on endlessly. There's only one thing that can break out of it. And that's wisdom. Or finding that man, right? The guy, right? That's why it's important. Get it in the penny saver. We'll look